we begin, I would like to define the topic of our debate, which is the advantages and disadvantages of media on our society. Over the years, society has been shaped and molded with help from many different influences. The media creates entertainment as well as news coverage from around the world. So what's this big deal, you ask? Well, let's think about it. What would our world be like if media never existed? Would we have all the technology that we have today, or would we still be waiting for news to come through magazine or newspaper from across the world? So, our resolution for today will be focused on the advantages of media and how it positively influences our society. Some words that I would like to define before I begin is media and society. Media, according to dictionary.com, is the means of communication as radio and television, newspaper and magazines that reaches or influences people widely around the nation. Society, also according to dictionary.com, is the body of human beings generally associated or viewed as members of a community. Let's begin with our first contentions today about technology through communication. Most information comes from technology such as the internet. According to an article on Yahoo called "What Effect Does Using the Internet Have on Children and Teenagers?", the internet allows us to make new friends who are situated in different places and remain in touch with old friends. It encourages shy people to come out of their shell and use things such as Skype, as well as a cell phone, or even other social media websites such as Facebook or Twitter. Media through technology allows us to communicate with the whole world. We communicate different problems in the world through news broadcasts on television, also through magazines and newspapers. Because the media, we constantly know what is going on in other places of the world. We never have to wait for the newspaper to come out a couple weeks or once a month to tell us what's going on in the world. I would like to start with my second contention of entertainment and television. Again, according to an article on Yahoo called "The Effects of the Media Has on Teenagers in America Today," a form of entertainment and education can be recognized through television dramas that have good messages and that influence Americans to become more aware of certain social or health concerns. For example, the issues facing our health community can be demonstrated through any of the hospital shows on TV. Certain drama shows about social or cultural issues that Americans face today help us understand more about what issues America is facing. Trends are also set from what people see on TV. People are more likely to follow what they see on TV and try to recreate certain styles seen worn by celebrities or different trends of characters created on television shows. Music is also a big part of this entertainment. According to a recent study, the positive effect is associated with greater relative less frontal EEG activation. Music lets you express yourself. Music media has a large influence on people everywhere. Music creates good entertainment for all people and sets different trends of popular dancing around the world. And for our final contention, I would like to talk about the mass media of education. Media can be taught in various different ways, and it can be very effective as well. Mass media can be used to teach students in school how to use the internet and other different media tools. They will need to continue through life. Students use the internet every day to write reports, Google information, and to learn about other current events going on in the world. Schools use new forms of technology to teach students to the best of their ability. These forms of technology include laptops, computers, smart boards, iPads, projectors, and other different teaching techniques. We no longer have to use chalkboards or whiteboards as much because we have the new technology that is easier to create a better hands-on environment for students to learn. All of these devices are very useful and also dependent on in order to have a classroom run very smoothly. In conclusion of our tape, we hope that we have convinced you that media in our society is always used properly to create a better world. That's why we would appreciate an affirmative vote towards the positive side of our debate today. Thank you.
Okay. My opponent talked about the technological advances, entertainment, and education. With the rise of technology also become safety concerns. Now that there's more access to computerized things, there's easier access to restricted, age-inappropriate websites such as porn, and also with the education effect that technology has and the media has, it can also become a distraction to the classroom, and students will most likely be messing around on some other sites that they really shouldn't be on during that class. And it makes it easier. Sure, you could take away somebody's phone, but they also have their iPod where they could get on the internet, or their iPhones, or their iPads, or the computers the school offers them. Entertainment-wise, through Skype, Facebook, and Twitter, students are getting bullied through those websites and social media, and it becomes another safety concern as to sexual predators online. Since your information is out there and it is online, anybody can find out who you are, where you are, and where you go to school, and it could become more of a risk during that. With entertainment, there also comes body image. Most of these people growing up in this society have been affected by the way the media displays women in a sexy kind of way, when in reality most women do not look like that, and they display women as perfect beings, and that everybody should look like this in order to sell their products. Like in commercials, you see a hamburger ad, and there is a sexy librarian selling the hamburger. Also, how we dress. Media is taking away from our individual creativity by displaying more celebrity-based programs, like how they're dressing or what they're doing today. It's not a very positive message that we want to be sending out to young people. We should, instead of trying to get them to conform to a certain dress code because one celebrity is doing it, we should be trying to get them to express themselves through their way of dress and their taste in music and movies. Our case is that, sure, the media has advanced throughout the years, but it has caused more of a negative effect on society today rather than a positive. There is no doubt that media has affected our society with the great rise in technological advances. However, the media has negatively affected society and has done more wrong than good. One of our most powerful tools we have today is the media. You see everything through the media, what you do throughout the day. Our resolution is that the media has negatively affected society. We have one definition, and that is bias. According to dictionary.com, a particular tendency or inclination, especially one that prevents unprejudiced consideration of a question. Social media has caused several people to bully other people on the web because they have more of an accessibility to the people's pages and their information and can judge them quicker than they would in person. The most influence the media has had is on teenagers and young adults. Young teens feel as if they aren't as pretty as the celebrities and that they see every day on TV shows like E! News and Fashion Police. These celebrities behaving badly leads teens thinking that they're acceptable to do whatever they want to do, just like the celebrities like Lindsay Lohan, who goes out and drinks every night, but yet she gets arrested, and then the next day she's back on the streets doing the exact same thing. It leads these young people to think that they can just do whatever they want, go to jail for a day, and then come out and do exactly what they did that got them in jail. And they don't have to face consequences and don't have to live with the long-term effects of underage drinking. The way media displays your typical average American women have caused many women to feel insecure and self-conscious about themselves and their body image. In fact, it has been reported that women have felt pressured into getting plastic surgery based on something they saw on TV or an internet ad, says MediaAwareness.org. The news channels that we often see every day, almost every hour, and now can watch them online, seem to only display what is wrong with society and also focus more on murders and crime. I feel as if the news stations should focus more on the good instead of scaring everybody who's watching the news. They feel as if the only way they get viewers is if they tell them what's wrong and how they should prepare themselves for a home invasion or if somebody got murdered. I urge you to vote in favor of our case because media has primarily negative effects on society. Thank you.
As our opponents have said that there are safety concerns that is access to media openness. Yes, there are safety concerns, but there have been precautions taken such as being able to block your Facebook, and you can hide personal information. And as our opponent said about how there are many distractions in the classroom with media, but education has become better because of technology, because we are able to look up information easier and have easier access to do our school projects and homework. And yes, students are being bullied on websites such as Skype, but even though they are, you can prevent being bullied. Body images are displayed as women being perfect. But even though there are body issues, children will still do what they still want to do, and still look like they want to. And even though celebrities make wrong decisions,
there are still celebrities out there that children look up to as role models. And our opponents have said about how cyberbullying is a major issue on the internet. Parents should supervise their children, and schools should also take a part in this and make sure that the kids are safe and who they are talking to on the internet, and make sure that they aren't getting into trouble. And the TV creates healthier lifestyles for us, like teaches us how to be healthy and to make good eating choices. People need to live a better lifestyle on their own, and it creates trends. Media doesn't always show all bad news. Mostly media gives us good information about the world and what's going around us, so we can be informed about it. Thank you.
My opponents wanted to attack on safety, but there are also proxies that are available to get on blocked websites, so people could still be cyberbullied. There's 43% of cyberbullying about anything, about weight, sexual orientation, the way they look, talk, and social status. And there are also bad things that students face in school because of media. They could get on Facebook, play games. It's also an easy way to find cheating. They could look up the answers. Another thing is that eating disorders have increased because they want to be skinnier and look like celebrities. They also get plastic surgeries to try to look perfect. However, they want to look like celebrities. Oh my God, you can stop it. I don't know what to say. Stop it.
Okay, you start.
I would like to respond to the attacks that our opponents have made about our positive effects of media. They said that because the media in schools and allowing us to use the internet, it can create cheating, which, that may be true, but if you think about it, how many schools don't have internet and don't allow their students to use the internet to find research or to look up things for projects? I mean, I even did for this one. So, it's not a bad thing. I think that even more than not being a bad thing, it's a good thing because it's a new way of learning things, and it's easier for children to be taught in schools. Most schools are internet-based, and we use different information, and that's how we have come to grow. That's what our country is all about nowadays, is the fact that we can grow and learn different things from different technologies and sources that are out there. We can use those to our advantage. And they also talked about how most celebrities were good and then they gone bad, which I agree with that, but not all celebrities are like that. For instance, Demi Lovato, at one time she was very good, and she had a lot of children that looked up to her, but then she did have a time in her life that she turned into a dark type of person, not so much of a role model to children, but because she went into rehab and then she shared her story with other people, this created a sense of even more love for her and allowing her fans to appreciate what she's done and create a bigger fan base and even more role models. She said that she had a lot of fans that would come up to her and tell her how much she meant to them, and that because of her, they are alive today. They use those celebrities to look up to them and to have somebody to be their hero, for somebody, to have that love for. And there are still good celebrities out there, like I said, and it creates really good role models for children. It teaches them things about the world. You know, we learn a lot of things from the television. We learn different things from different shows such as the Discovery Channel or Mythbusters or different things like that. We're always learning from the technology that we have, and we are creating a better lifestyle for ourselves. So that's all I have to say to that. Thank you.
I'd like to take a moment and reflect on my opponent's attacks. They said that parents should take safety precautions before letting their students or their children get on the internet, and schools also should do the same. My opponent said that distractions aren't that big of a deal because the blocks that the school board has on certain websites. However, I think you could still get on them, like PhotoBucket or Flickr, Facebook, and 9gag, and YouTube. They also said that schools don't let cheating happen and that you can't really cheat from the internet anymore because of all the resources there are, like educational wise. They also touched up on body issues and how TV, there are some TV shows that teach us how to live healthy and eat healthy. And I feel as if the internet during school time, besides being used for schoolwork, is also being used as a game and a time to mess around when you should be doing your work, and then when a teacher comes by, you exit out of the program that you shouldn't be using and make it look like you're working. I also think that children are super influential with celebrities and stuff. Even older siblings, children are influenced by. It's easy to mold a child's brain just by your actions, and I feel as if negative actions from celebrities and such role models and icons should not be viewed as daily entertainment on celebrity news channels, as gossip blogs, and regular news channels. Thank you.
So media has made our life easier, and it helps us to do many things and to help us understand what's happening in our world. And it is the biggest way we get our information in school to do our schoolwork, because without it, we would be researching a lot in books, and that would get boring. And it makes us who we are, makes us unique, and helps us understand our world, allows us to communicate and be informed about the events happening around our world. And in closing, we thank you for your time, and we hope for an affirmative vote towards our positive side of media. Thank you. Okay. Is it recording?
Yeah.
The media has way too many negative effects and should focus more on real issues and positive things instead of celebrities and crime. Soon enough, the media could take over our lives. There are a lot of things online that we do just for research, such as Facebook. This is just going to take over our lives, and I think there are a lot of negative things taught from the media, such as cheating, bullying, encouraging to do bad things. I hope you vote in favor for our resolution. Thank you.